details of a major development on the global trade front. New Zealand's Prime Minister has announced that a free trade agreement with India will be signed on Monday night. This marks a significant breakthrough in bilateral economic relationship. Now, this is a deal that has been under discussion for many months now, and negotiations between India and New Zealand had remained stalled for quite some time. And primarily the reason was market access, especially New Zealand's push for entry into India's dairy sector, which has always been a sensitive issue for India. Now, the announcement now suggests that both sides have found a way to address these concerns and move forward. My colleagues are going to join us on this broadcast. Mayank is with us. Mayank, explain to us, what does this trade deal change for India? Is it going to be a win-win for both sides?
It has to be win-win for both sides, because in the sense, like, agreements will only take place when both sides have something or the other to benefit out of this deal. And FTA, as it is called as free trade agreement, is actually multiple spheres are there of it. Now, significance. To explain the significance of it, India has been widening its basket of exports and imports. Also, in the sense, like, economy has to grow. Unless the exports improve or imports of the products which are useful in India, they also are added to it. It doesn't benefit people. India, in terms of manufacturing ability, has been rising and increasing well. But then in that case, something you have already mentioned. Agriculture and dairy is something which is deeply guarded and it is very sensitively approached.
Right.
That's why India has been talking about it, and not only New Zealand. It is the FTAs as far as they are concerned. Even with the US issue remains agriculture and dairy products.
Yes.
So, but coming specifically to this side, which is New Zealand, Australia, or rather nearer to the Asian sphere.
Hold your thought there, man. Hold your thought there. We'll talk about India's larger trade diplomacy, and we'll also talk about the US angle here. But before that, this is an announcement, viewers, that suggests that both India and New Zealand have found a way to address all the concerns that they've had in the past and move forward with a mutually acceptable framework. So a free trade agreement typically involves reducing or eliminating tariffs, improving market access, and also easing rules for investment services. And for India, key sectors expected to benefit include pharmaceuticals, include textiles, IT services, and also engineering goods. Let's actually listen into that announcement that came in from the Prime Minister of New Zealand.
If you're wondering how the Indian Free Trade Agreement will help you, well, keep watching this, because I'm here at Hamilton Jet in Christchurch, and that's a Kiwi company that's been exporting jets that go on boats like these to over 70 countries. And these are highly skilled jobs, and these guys down here, I'm telling you, are building world-class products. Right now, their customers face tariffs going into India. But under this deal, that 8.25% tariff on their water jets will be phased out over time. And that makes a Kiwi business much more competitive. It helps them win even more work. And most importantly, it brings more orders through the door here in Christchurch. And that means more jobs, higher wages, and more opportunities for Kiwis.
All right, so Mayank continues to stay with us. So here New Zealand is talking about how the agreement opens up opportunities in many sectors, including education services, tourism, where it has strong export interest. But now tell us about the larger global footprint of India when it comes to trade. Take us through what is happening on the US front. Take us through the other trade deals that are on the anvil.
There are multiple trade deals. In fact, Europe has been the one which has been, following this up. And UK in specific has been following this up for FTAs and all. FTAs, as we have already mentioned, that they widen the scope of imports and exports both, and specifically in those fields which are amenable to the economies of both sides and every side. If it is between two, and if it is between, let's say, European Union as such is looking for FTAs with India and has been working on it, in that case it will be for at the mass level. But India, is being a bigger economy, and in the terms of consumer base also, is something which is looked up by the people as a market base, a huge market base.
Yes.
That's why we have got that kind of a bargaining chip in this case.
All right.
As you had started by saying that will it be win-win? It has to be win-win for every side, and then the sectors are marked up.
Yes.
What I mean to say is actually they are sector by sector, the decisions are taken into it, and India, as we have pointed out,
All right.
guards the agriculture
And now we
dairy
know there's
specific.
a timeline. Monday night is when the agreement will be signed. Thank you so much, Mayank, for getting us all those details. With that, we are quickly shifting our focus to more